Listen, man, Las Vegas said we are not going for none of the bullying, none of the pushover stuff with things going on with this F1 race coming up in a couple months. We've got all this construction going on. We got all this traffic. And now y'all trying to hit us with these crazy fees at the last minute with all of this chaos going on? No, sir. We're not going for it. It was about a month ago when F1 officials said that they were going to charge Las Vegas venues, restaurants, bars, places that could actually see the race. They were going to charge them a $1,500 per person licensing fee if big business did not comply with these fees. That the F1 officials were going to put up some type of barricade or wall to obstruct the view of the race so that people couldn't see the race if that particular venue didn't pay that fee. Well, I guess there was some back and forth going on, and F1 officials got the hint that Vegas ain't going for none of that. And they just reported that there will no longer be a $1,500 per person fee. Instead, they'll only charge a $50,000 per venue fee. Now, that is such a major difference compared to what they were originally proposing. So just to break that down in a context, let's use Dre's, which is a very popular hip hop club. It's at the Cromwell Dead Center Strip. So let's say they can hold 2,000 people for the context of this. If they were going to pay the original fees, which would have been $1,500 per person, with a 2,000 occupancy max, that is $3 million that Dre's would have had to pay, or the Crown will have had to pay, in order to have the race viewable from Dre's without it being blocked off. But now, instead of having to pay that $3 million, since it's not going to be $1,500 per person, Dre's only got to kick out $50K and you can watch the race with no problem. That is a major win for Vegas because it has been a nightmare the last few months with the panic of trying to get the streets done for this race, all of the preparation, trying to finalize rooms. It's been super chaotic dealing with this F1 race. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm just ready for it to be over with so that the race can get here. We can see the final aftermath and we can move on. Now, according to reports, the reason that F1 officials decided to scale back from that $1,500 per person fee, and they ultimately decided to settle on a $50K venue fee per venue, breaks down simply just to the Super Bowl. They were saying since the Super Bowl is a couple of months after the race, this is a ballpark figure of what venues can expect to pay for fees for all of the Super Bowl parties and everything that's going to be going on regarding the Super Bowl. So ultimately, F1 officials felt that they should just align with that as well. And that's how they ultimately came up with the $50K per venue fee. Now, I'm not sure what other people have said online in regards to this topic, but recently we had a live stream where we talked about these fees when it was announced. And a lot of people were saying that if they had to make a choice, they would rather save up the money and go watch the Super Bowl in Vegas a couple months after the race versus saving up and getting all of this money to watch the F1 race. Now, granted, the F1 race is a major event worldwide. Ultimately, if it came down to one or the other, it seems like the majority of people would rather save up the money and go watch the Super Bowl. And something tells me that Vegas, deep down inside, if they had to choose the F1 race or the Super Bowl, they would prefer the Super Bowl also, which was probably why they had no reason putting their foot down like, nah, we're not going to keep paying all of these extra fees. We done kicked out all this money to fix the streets and get everything in line to how y'all want it for this race to be perfect. And now y'all trying to hit us for another $1,500 per person. Now y'all doing too much. Now, I'm sure when it comes from the business side, if Vegas could have all of the people that come to the F1 race return a couple months later and then be back for the Super Bowl, that would be the best of both worlds in a win-win situation. But if these pricing fees is going to cause an issue with some of their high rollers or some people in their big reward programs who are like, I'd rather just wait and come for the Super Bowl because that F1 got too much going on, they're going to want to do what they can in the best interest of their business to try to get both. Now that Vegas has saved all of this money, not having to pay all of these fees, what they should do now is go ahead and look at these hotel rates and try to discount these hotel rates to try to entice people to come even more, because it is getting real close to the event. And if everything ain't sold out, they should go ahead and put some of that money and discount them rooms. But y'all comment below and share y'all thoughts. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think this $50K fee was a major fee by Vegas? Do y'all think this was something that was probably going to happen all along and F1 was just trying to see how much money they could get before they finally just took what they were going to get? Or are you one of those people who are just like, I'm so ready for this race to be over with. I'm tired of the news. Get this race over with so the streets can get back to normal and we can go on back to Vegas as normal. Y'all comment below and share y'all thoughts, and I'll holler at y'all in the next video.